Hello, hi. It's me, it's Bree. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Yes, my name is Bree. This is my space for me to connect with the world in the way that I want to connect with it. So I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad I'm here too. Today I am going to be getting ready again. I get ready often a little bit different today because it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon and I am desperately trying to pull myself out of whatever it is I'm stuck in right now. I have my coffee that I made in a takeaway cup to try and convince my brain that it's time to start the day. I'm not tired, I'm depressed. I can vaguely remember recording a video diary this morning, which I will link in the description, in the card, in the something, or rather, I know I threw a plant in the shower because I couldn't make myself get in the shower and my plant looked like it needed it. So I did that and then I went back to bed. And I've been trying to resurrect myself ever since. As always, click the subscribe button and leave any thoughts you have below. Give this video a beautiful thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot when you do. And that's it for me. Let's get started. Let's get on to the getting ready for the day. I know I mentioned in my video diary it had been a pretty tough week for me, but I'll probably talk a little bit more about that now that my brain is slightly more online. I have had some huge changes in my life the last week and a bit, going back to uni after being away for some months. Definitely was a shock to my system. Just all the people, all the things, being in new environments, like different classrooms around people that are a little bit further along in their degree than I am. It's just a bit overwhelming. I've also just, as you would have seen in my last video, I've been looking after my mum's dog. She's gone home now because my mum has come back home, and I hate this stuff. So I'm glad that I have like that slightly bit less responsibility, I suppose. But just like with anything, once I get into a bit of a routine, it's hard to kind of change it back. I have a lot of family members going through stuff at the moment too, and I guess just the nature of being an empathetic person, I have the tendency to carry things that it's not necessarily my responsibility to carry. Whether people ask me to carry it or not, I will sometimes take it on more than I should, which is not a flaw, but just something I need to work a bit more on. My memory has been so terrible lately, and I don't know if it is linked to the fact that I haven't been sleeping or if it's because of my low mood. I guess they both could be contributing factors, but unfortunately, because of my low mood, it's also been really hard to look after my body. I think I talked about this. I feel as though I talk about this every single week, but here we are again. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared of it squirting out everywhere. I just realized I didn't put my ring light on. Oh well. Should I do it now? I don't think it'll make a difference. Eek. I have no idea if it makes a difference, but you tell me. I don't like how bright it gets. Feels like I'm cooking. I'm definitely going to go for a lesser intense look today because the sun will be down in less than 3 hours and I have no intention of going anywhere. I probably will be filming another video later, which I'm really excited to do once my coffee kicks in. This takeaway cup is from my favorite coffee place, but I didn't make it there today before closing. But I always, when I get a takeaway cup, if I do, or if a friend of mine gets a takeaway cup, I always take the takeaway cup home and I reuse it a few times, whether in my home or going out and about, just to, I don't know, make it more than a single-use coffee cup, I suppose. I saw something on the news in the last week about how WA are banning single-use coffee cups. I think that is so cool. I kind of wish Queensland would like hurry up and get on board with that as well, because there are so many options, and I want it to be the expectation that we bring our own reusable cups. I want it to be the expectation, you know, like I remember before COVID and like things were starting to change, and then it all went back to single use everything. It makes me nervous really about what they would do to be cleaning cups, like coffee cups beforehand, but I suppose it was when we didn't really know much about COVID and what it could do to us and how contagious it really was. Excuse my slips. I have somebody coming over this afternoon just to hang for a bit, and I'm thinking of asking them if they want to go to Yochi. Seems that I live at Yochi, but that's okay. Probably going to go for a little wander in the city, explore a few things. It is getting late, but my favorite time in the city is always like a Sunday afternoon, just because there are significantly less people around. It just feels like I have the city more to myself. On Friday this week, I was in a pretty dark place. I'd kind of had a few realizations and hit a few levels of overwhelm and discomfort that I wasn't able to quite talk about or articulate or process in my mind and my body. And yeah, I was in a really bad way, to be quite honest with you. So I'd actually decided that I was going to reach out for a bit more support. And as I was like driving to this place that I was going to get some more support from, which is okay, it's okay to get support. Traffic, like the last few years in Brisbane, has been steadily getting worse and worse. Didn't know the full extent of it until I was on the road at 5:30-ish trying to get somewhere, but it still felt like worse than I would expect. It was pretty bad, but wasn't upset about it or anything. I was already feeling a few things in my own mind. The traffic felt a little indifferent to me. Didn't have the energy really to express any frustration at the traffic. I saw on one of the information signs on one of the big main streets that it was built up on quite a bit, saying that there had been an accident in the city, and I was like, oh, I hope everyone's okay. Like I always have that thought of like when there's an accident or emergency services, straight away I'm like, I hope it was just an accident and not something fatal, you know? But I'm sure if you live in Brisbane, I don't know if I'm allowed, am I? I feel wrong talking about it, but I suppose I can talk about it. There was a bus accident. My understanding, so I read an article or something later that night, was that a bus driver had suffered a medical event or something medically happened with the bus driver and they mounted the curb. That was kind of all the information I'd heard, and that someone had passed away and that people were injured, and like just super shocking, really. I thought to myself that must have been what all that traffic was, why it was so much worse, how devastating. I know things like that happen in other countries quite often. My mum talks about trips that she's taken to India with her husband, and that it is really common for there to be traffic accidents and terrible things happen. And in Australia, I guess it's not, we don't see it every day. We don't see accidents like that or hear about them at least every year even, especially in the city. It was just a little bit shocking really, especially for it to happen to somebody so young. But my thoughts are with Tia's family. I can't even imagine how shocking it must be as well for everybody involved, even the bus driver. I don't know the details, but one of my biggest fears driving is being in an accident like that. Yeah, it's just devastating. Anyways, that story was really just a side note. I'm just really proud of myself for reaching out for a bit of additional support this week when things have been really hard, and I know that my past self wouldn't have been able to do that. I think today is just one of those days that's definitely a bit of a write-off. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to achieve any uni work and connect with people that are really important to me. I really do appreciate everybody here that is just tolerating how low I feel, just to have no energy to be my perky self, and I find it extraordinarily frustrating. But despite that, I want to exercise gentle, calm energy on myself, because I know being mean and harsh is not going to make me feel better. Even though it feels like I've wasted the day, I don't think telling myself that or continuing to tell myself that is going to make me feel better either. I think just reminding myself that my brain and my body needed rest is probably the most important thing. So this is my reminder to you that if you're having a really damn bad day, just give yourself a fucking break. Life is hard, man. Like, I feel as though everything I have to say is so uninteresting. I know my perspective on me is really low at the moment. I'm just going to keep putting one foot in front of the other. That is the best thing, the kindest thing that I can do for me. This is definitely always the bit that is most dangerous when I'm doing my makeup, because I'm going to stop it up. Oh dear. Actually, I think she's not too bad. But I'm like, can I open my eye yet? Can I open my eye? I need my fan. I think I could probably start doing get readies with me on live streams, so then I can actually talk to you guys. Please let me know if you think that is a better idea, and if there is a time of the week or time of the day that, well, I mean, I get ready when I get ready, right? But I can always aim to get ready at a time that is more convenient for everyone else. I don't mind. Later today, I'm going to be filming a personality quiz video. I'm going to do one of my favorite personality quizzes. Even though I already know which one I am, I think it would be interesting to do it again. It's also a really thorough way of getting to know me quite intimately. And I also would love other people to do it. My friend is going to show up and she's not going to believe that I spent the whole day in bed. She's going to look at my makeup and she's going to be like, wow, queen, slay. She literally, I love it. I try not to laugh, but she says slay so often, but it makes me smile. I don't know many people that say it like in my personal life. I know that it's a thing that is said online a lot, but she's like, slay, slay. Like, I love you. I've been trying to do mascara just on the top lash line. I am such a bottom lash mascara kind of girly, but it's been really helpful during my emotional days when I'll do my makeup and then I cry, and if I don't have mascara on the bottom, it's less likely to like make a mess. So we're going to do the same thing today, even though I don't have any intention of crying. I'm just going to tell myself we're not doing the bottom. We're not doing the bottom lashes today. Could you imagine if I did a live stream though while doing this? I'm distracted while I'm by myself doing this in the room, talking to myself. If I had y'all here chit-chatting away, I would take 3 hours to get ready, but I wouldn't be mad about it, honestly. All done. I wish I knew where my lip balm was, my tinted lip balm. It's my favorite. Oh well, I'll just have to go pasty lipped. Yay. I did it, and I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I feel like I need something to cover. I saw somebody on TikTok covering their hair when they were doing setting spray, and I'm like, is that why I've got dandruff? Because I haven't been covering my hair? Oh well, if that's the reason. So it's a week later, and I'm editing, and I don't know why. I just randomly stopped filming, so that's all. That's it. That was the look. You never really got to see it up close, neither did I, because I don't remember. But anywho, I hope you all have a lovely week ahead of you. Thank you so much for spending a bit of time with me getting ready. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you next time. Yeah. Bye.